All right, here we are. Caught me drawing on my eyebrows. Happy Tuesday! Happy New Year! All right, so it's another Tribe Talking on a Tuesday with Miriam. And today I have Seshat. Am I saying it correctly?
Correct.
I'm so excited. I was like, how you say this thing? You know, I'm gonna tell you, I've mentioned you on this show a couple of times because for a very, very long time, I would not say your name out loud because I didn't know how to say it or
Oh,
your husband's.
oh,
And so then Karen Baker, like, she was like, no, this is how, she like walked me through, like, gave me like a test. And I was like, say it again, say it again. But I still had never had the opportunity to say it. So this is the first time I said it, and I did it right. So,
wow. Thanks,
yeah.
Karen.
Now pronounce your middle name.
Yon'shea.
Seshat Yon'shea. And that's important to know. Like, your middle name has a lot to do with what you've got going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to shut up for a few moments and,
You can keep
and we
going.
start this. We start the show the same way every week. We ask you to give us a quick 30-second commercial. Tell us what you want us to know. Give a brief introduction, and then we'll dig right into all the goods and the grit and the glamour. Yeah.
I guess. Okay. My name is Seshat Yon'shea Walker. I am a writer, creative, founder. I tell and create stories using words and sometimes art forms that may not even have a name. I'm into craft. I do a lot of craft, DIY. And most recently, I've gotten back into writing after many years, actually. Um, Getting more into playwriting, screenwriting, all the writings. So
Yeah.
that's me.
Theater, that's my jam.
I know.
That's my jam. So you talk about playwright, and I'm like, perk up, perk up. That's exciting. That's exciting. So I feel like it was really random, like 6 degrees of separation how we met. And I normally try to give a little background about that. I know I met Kokai. Did I do it right?
Yeah. I call him
Never
Carl.
said it. Never had to say his name out loud either. Isn't that terrible? You don't understand how I go through life just not saying people's names so I do not end up like offending them by saying it wrong. I have a huge thing about that because
Oh,
people
yeah.
mess my name up all the time. Um,
I feel you.
so I hate to get corrected in public. Whew. But anyway, so I met him working with Holly
Yes.
at like this event that was really, really dope because anything Holly does is really dope. And then started following him. But then I was like, ooh, she's like she's got like a whole situation over here that's like because you know how it goes. So I started following you, and I was like, oh, she's dope. I got really excited about the work that you were doing, or that you are doing. And then that's how I brought you into Tribe Fest and was like, can we please do things for you? I just think the world should know about you and like how fucking awesome you are.
Wow.
So let's start. Let's start. You
Okay.
know, well, let's start on my channel. Y'all, they know you outside of this, but let's start on here.
They know.
Um, Ashay Fund.
Yes.
Break
aSHE,
it down
or
for her.
it could be
Ashi.
aSHE or aSHE. It could be both. Mhm.
Okay. Break it down for us.
aSHE Fund is a annual award micro grant that I give. I just said annual. Give every year to a Black woman creative in the DMV, and I hate saying DMV. I'm just be honest, but DC, Maryland,
Yeah.
Virginia. And basically, I started the award in 2018. But I had been thinking about doing something like that for a while, but I just didn't like know how to start it. And I have many friends that do this work, like Jessica Solomon.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, I talked to them and I just pushed a button on it because I have a lot of women creatives and artists in my community that are going through the same things and the same things that
Yeah.
I was going through, which was like finding funding, but also
Mm-hmm.
finding materials, having resources, and having opportunities, and like having to compete with white women for a lot of these opportunities. So it was like, what
That's
can I
white
do?
women resources. I feel like it's important to say white women resources because that's
Yeah,
like a whole thing. Yeah.
it is. It really
Hmm.
is. So it was
Hmm.
like, what can I do? I have a huge network. I started with a giving circle model. I was like, I'll give out $2,500. I didn't know if I was gonna make it to $2,500, but it happened the first time I did it in 2019, and we are still here. So,
I
yep.
love it. Lisa says, yes, Saha is too fly in too many ways. We agree.
Thank
I feel
you.
like that's co-signed in the ether. Co-signed in the ether. Um, so I want to say, so I know you said you happen to have friends who are grant makers, who are working with funders, who are philanthropic
Yeah.
leaders.
Yeah.
But what would you say for someone who maybe does not have, like, I know, for instance, I funded my first grant for the first time this year, right?
Mhm.
I didn't know like anything to, it wasn't my grant, right? Like I wasn't running it or having to issue it out or anything. I just funded it.
Yeah.
And the way that the young lady came to me was so gangsta. Like, she was like, I know you don't know me, um, but I really want to do this thing and I don't have no money and I don't want to fill out a whole bunch of paperwork because I'm not good at that. And I need time to, you know, figure that out. Um, can you work with me on figuring that out? But in the meantime, pay so I can go ahead and give some people some money. And I was like,
That's
I
real.
kind of liked the way she rolled up on me. You know what I mean? Because it was straight up. It wasn't like a bunch of fluff. She was just like,
Hmm.
I know that I need to learn the things. I don't know the things, but my heart is telling me that I need to do this work right now. Hook
Right.
me up. That's not going to work with most people, right? It just so happens she landed on my desk,
Yeah.
right? So, how would you? Because I love the way that you promote the grant. I love the way that you have like your recurring givers. I love the system.
Hmm.
I love the system. Um, how do you? How would you tell somebody to come up with what they need to do in order to get their money out?
I mean, they really can ask me, like, even though I have these people in my network, I started the grant first and I did
Mm-hmm.
all the research like online and figured out, like, I've submitted my own grants before. I've been part of the granting environment, but I've never done it as a leader in this way. So I
Mm-hmm.
was like, trial and error. I looked up like, oh, okay, so how do I structure a grant? Google, seriously, I
Yeah,
was Googling everything. So, and then once I did that, I went to Jessica, I went to Allison McNeil, I went to these people who do this
dope, dope,
work,
dope.
right? And do
All
this work.
these,
And
all
I,
these.
and I would ask questions because I am not an expert. And if you
Right.
don't have an expert in your network, there are organizations that provide free resources out here, nonprofit
Mm-hmm.
organizations, educational organizations, the Foundation Center. So
Yeah.
there are places that you can go to get the information to figure out how to do it. And what I also learned is, like, even through this process, a lot of people don't know how to simply apply for grants. And I made this grant, I try to simplify the application process as much as
Mm-hmm.
possible because I remember all the grants I would apply for. I was like, this is some BS. Like, this question
Yeah.
is redundant. Like, why do you need to know that? I was like, my
Mm-hmm.
goal with this was to make it as simple as possible to reduce any barriers, because I
Right.
really want to give the money, but I also want you to apply for it. I want to know about you. But at the end of
Mm-hmm.
the day, I just want to give you money because you're
Right.
great. Because you're great. We don't require reporting
Okay,
of,
so unrestricted. Oh, you said no reporting. Okay.
no reporting. Do what you want with it. Like, I'm all about that. So
I love that.
yeah.
I love that. Now, this you running the micro grant has led you to opening this portal, this Black women creatives portal called the Exchange.
Hmm.
What was that transition like, or what is that like? Because it opens this year, right?
Hopefully, yes. It's pretty much
It
all
opens this
almost.
year.
Yes, it is. Yes. Sometime this year. It is
Yes, that sounds good.
it's an online platform, it's a community, but it's focused on you go on there. It's like a database of opportunities, resources specifically for Black women creatives. You go on the site, you create a profile, whether you're, a fine artist or a craft or what have you, and there'll also be a portal for nonprofits or a business or even a brand or corporation to create a profile and upload opportunities. Basically, like, I came to this site to hire a Black woman creative. And
Yeah. So it's
here,
almost like you're a concierge service. Like
exactly. So
that's dope.
here's a bevy of Black women creatives to choose from. So that's it. It's like a matching situation, and it's free. It will be free for all Black women creatives worldwide, but it will not.
Yes.
It will not be free for organizations, nonprofits, all of that. They have to pay.
And they should.
Yes, it's, of course.
Yeah.
So
Like we're not.
that's how it would work. It's I don't know if it's in its final stages of build. I did the original template for it, and then I hired a UX person and a UI person. The UI person that I hired is a Black woman, and her eye is amazing. So it's been great, like learning the process of building a website and all that it entails. Like, it's a whole other brain shift. But I love it, like learning about accessibility and like, oh, you can't use certain colors because, people who are colorblind or people
Oh,
that hear a certain way. Like, I'm so in that world now. Like, I love it. I love learning about
yeah.
that.
Look at you adding Black and tech hashtags to your joint. Ah, I love that. I love that.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm a nerd anyway, so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Expansion, expansion, expansion. I love that. So now it's like you can add, so it's writer, multidisciplinary artist, techie, or tech startup, all those things. That's
Yes.
do you kind of trip out a little bit when you look and you read like your own bio and stuff? Because I was looking at your bio again, like I've been following you and I love your aesthetic and I like your voice from what I see you say and hear. And so I've been intrigued in that way, but I had not done extreme dives, deep dives into your background until, of course, you were going to be on the show. So I had to go and see who I was working with. But your bio is nasty.
Thank you.
It's nasty. Like, do you not get a little pumped when you read that thing?
Sometimes I'm like, whoa, I did a lot of stuff, but it also makes me feel like I'm old. So I'm like, I've been doing this.
But are you that old? Could it just be you did a lot of stuff?
Yeah, that's true. I'll take the positive route. I'll take the positive route.
I was like, oh.
There's nothing wrong with being old either.
There is nothing wrong with it. We will all one day be seniors.
Yes, my birthday is actually this Sunday. So,
well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday in advance. Are you doing anything funky and fun?
Actually,
like staying home and avoiding COVID?
Listen, I actually have tickets to the theater and I still want to go. I'm supposed to see A Strange Loop.
It's good.
Yeah. And that's the last day.
That's a good show.
I heard, and that's the last day before it goes to Broadway. So I'm really pressed. So I'm like, and my seat is like up top. I already been checking to see if there are people around me. There's nobody behind me. So I'm like, maybe I can still
mask up and make it happen.
Yeah, I really want to go. So we'll see.
Yeah, I've been hearing not from like all of my theater snob friends who I trust, are like, it's dope, it's dope, it's dope, it's dope, it's dope. And you want to catch it before it gets to Broadway and they do weird changes that make it stupid.
Real.
They always do that. They as soon as they put it on a major stage, they start tweaking out shit that doesn't make any sense and they ruin the show. Broadway, stop! Because you're listening to me right now. That's how I feel about it. I I don't I miss theater a lot. I miss
Come
theater a
on,
lot.
come on.
I miss theater so much. I
Theater
miss the
needs you.
stage. It does. Damn it. Um, it does. But it's like it's one of those things where you know how you have figured out or you are figuring out the ways in which you best serve, right? Um, for me, theater is a service, but I'm
Mhm.
trying to figure out now um, what is a sustainable way to serve through theater. And
Facts.
with all this crap going on outside,
Yeah.
it's a long conversation to have with myself, and I do speak back.
And yeah, and virtual theater, it's not the same. It's not.
Oh, it's bad. It's terrible.
It's awful. It
It's
is.
not fun. It's not fun. But we knew it wasn't fun when Queen Latifah. What they do? They did the Wiz.
Oh,
They
listen.
did that virtual. We
Yeah.
knew like that was like the test.
Yeah.
If you can't enjoy the Wiz, then this is not the format.
Right. Right. Yeah. Some things
You
are
know
just
what
not. Yeah. Some things are just not going to translate to virtual space. It's
I'm saying?
just
No.
not, and that's okay.
But you curate installations and like multimedia productions and all kinds of stuff too. Like you are like immersed in that world far beyond theater. So what does it look like for you as you're moving through this? I know you're writing more now, but are you leaning to writing because of what's going on outside, or are you trying to figure out how to?
No, I think I got back into writing during the pandemic, obviously, because I was like, what the hell is this? So I was like writing more. And then the writing went beyond like poetry. So it's getting longer and longer. And I was like, oh, this looks like a play, or this looks like, a film, this looks like a TV series. So
Okay.
I was just writing more and more. And even though I'm like immersed in writing, I'm still like leaning into like filmmaking and that other part of the process, like creating video art.
Mm, yeah,
Actually the teaser, I just finished I'm all over the place. I'm sorry. I just
it's okay.
finished I just finished a play. It's a choreo poem,
Nice. We
and
love choreo poems.
I've never written one. So we gonna see. But
I'm
yeah,
lying. The only one that I like, and I don't even know if I like it, is for Color Girls. But I like the idea of choreo
yeah,
poem.
it's the blueprint. It is the
Yeah.
blueprint. Finish that right now. I'm working with an artist. He's a collage artist from New York. His name is Yannick Lowry. Oh, you're getting an exclusive. Anyway, his name is exclusive.
That's how we do on Tribe Talking.
So his name is Yannick Lowry. He's a collage artist. He is so dope. I'm gonna send you his
Okay.
page. But I reached out to him. I was like, you know what? I think some of the pieces in my play could work as like a visual situation, like a visual poem or what have you. So I'm working with
Lovely.
him to do like a teaser for my play. So I'm
Me
excited.
either, Kelly. Kelly says she can't wait to see this new collaboration, and I'm like, put me in, coach. Put me in. That's in. I want to. I love this whole thing. So wait, we're talking about the choreo poem play is the play you're working with the collage artist on bringing in multimedia. No, two separate
Okay.
projects. I'm
No, no,
mixing
no.
things up. Okay.
No. What he's doing is he's making a teaser
Hmm.
for the play.
Got it.
You know how movies have trailers or
I
teasers?
do know.
So I have a teaser for my play. That's what he's doing.
That's what's up. So wait, when does this play? When is this play happening? When is
Well,
it coming up?
I mean, right now I have a scheduled table read this month. I'm hoping to do a stage reading next month. It's January, right? So yeah. So in February I want to do a stage reading. I've been just submitting it to some places, but the way I see it, I really don't want it presented in the theater. I want it
I love
presented
that.
I want it presented in an alternative space, and that's preferably a club setting, because
A club, like a party club, like a club
a
club.
club, a house music club, because the subject matter is basically my experience in the house music community in DC. But it also touches on me growing up in the church. So it's called church without the U. Exclusive,
Church.
called church.
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 Church. I'm here for it.
So
Where are you,
you said what?
where are you from? You
I'm
born and raised?
no, I'm from Chestertown, Maryland. I'm from the, the Outback.
Oh, that was country something. I thought maybe you came from the Carolinas or something for a second there.
I'm real country, yeah.
Okay.
But
But yeah, so that's dope. I'm excited. I love site specific. First of all, pause on site specific
yeah.
performing, because especially as Black folks, right? One of the things that I have learned, trying to Lisa, you heard that was exclusive. You heard it here first. Can you see the comments? I know there's a comment button on the side of your screen.
You should have you should have like a button or something that goes exclusive or
right. Wait till I run it back. Right. One of these days I'm going to get into the editing and like do all that stuff. In the meantime, we're just going to. She said we need a tambourine. This is the tambourine. Site specific, especially for Black folks, especially for people who are often not able to enter what we would consider like standard theater spaces or big houses. Right. The big houses. Most of our work is written in a way that is best suited for performances in a house, performances in an amphitheater, performances, in the way that we think outside of the box when we're writing. I wish we would think, just like you're doing right now, outside of the box when we're considering where we're going to place these things. Yeah. Because they, just like we were talking about how they tweak and they change people's pieces and change people's work when it gets to these higher spaces, it's because they have to make it fit.
Right.
They have to make it fit into that cold, stupid box but there was a show that I loved going to, and this was in Philly, and it was a sister. She had a bed and breakfast, and she did these salons in her bed and breakfast, and it was like just these short plays that she wrote, and they were about her family and all this other stuff, and this was her family home, and she performed. And so when you were in there, it just felt so right and so cozy and so honest, and like you were looking at the things that they were talking about. It was perfect. Right. So I love that you're doing that. I love that you're doing that.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I want to evoke and gather the energy of the space, because that's so important to the work. And I just have this vision of it being this so immersive. Like, I want people to have church fans. Like, I want people to have instruments in the audience. I want people to be in the play, So yeah. That's what it is.
I love that. Are you okay? I'm asking. I feel like I'm asking. I have questions that I want to ask, but I don't want you to tell people because I want people to come and see the show. I'm gonna have to ask you off I'm so frustrated now because I want to know. So, do you write in a place where people can? We'll talk about it. I'm gonna ask you off the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm asking. But this is really good. So, do you feel stretched, or do you feel like you came home when you started writing again?
Oh, I'm definitely home. Yeah. Yeah. The writing is nonstop. I'm working on I've been in 2 accountability groups. I was talking to Lisa about that too, but
yeah. And that's Lisa is her own. She is an accountability group.
Okay. On her own. I am accountable.
Yes.
But yeah, like it's been helpful to like have people to lean on. So like for the last 4 weeks, and it just ended, I was in a Black film space accountability group, working on a TV pilot, and it's almost done. But we were every 2 hours, every single day, not the weekend. We were on Zoom writing and like helping each other out. It was amazing. Yeah. I loved it.
Yeah, I know you mentioned it to me before. So how many plates do you have spinning?
I have several. So I have the TV pilot. I have a film concept I'm reworking that was a play. I have the church play. I actually have okay. So church is part of a trilogy. It will be church. The next one will be called Kitchen, which will be about my all of my hair experiences growing up. Um,
I'm excited about that.
that's a choreo poem too. And
I'm
then
excited.
Roasted is about my writing, just like how did I get into writing? And it's going to be set up like a roast, like people are going to be roasting me. That's the format.
You better than me because I be cussing people out. I feel like they get too personal. Watch what you say. Like I'm not built for that.
But
The
I'm
Aquarius, Leo,
writing
Libra.
it, I can have them say whatever. So
Yeah, you writing it right, exactly. In theory, my roast would be lame. Your nails are too long. My roast would be lame. You haven't hurt my feelings and my own shit.
but I've been watching all these old roasts, like from
Yeah,
like 1960s, like all those
yeah,
comedians.
yeah, yeah.
Hilarious.
They were hurting. They feel like I feel like I would have been up there sensitive.
Right.
I'm sensitive. Yeah, I'm too sensitive for
Yeah.
stuff like that.
But I'm gonna make it, it's not gonna be all comedic. It'll be, really deeply
Real.
like
Yeah,
personal and emotional. But
it'll be honest.
yeah. And then I have what else do I have? A one act. No, I have two. Okay. I have two one acts. So one is called
Like a
Familial Comforts. It's a two-person play. And then I have oh shoot, what's the other one? Oh, Octavia's Kitchen. So it's an Afro-future two-person
girl.
one act.
I feel like we're just gonna do this and say you got.
But
See,
that's it.
because I'm losing count because I feel like you got the trilogy. I feel like I got confused with the. So okay, I'm listening. So you have two. You have five things you're writing. Four
Yes.
things you're writing. You've got two one acts,
Two one acts are
the trilogy,
pretty much done.
the
Oh,
TV pilot,
yes,
the
the TV
movie
pilot is
concept.
almost done. Yes. And the
You just don't
trilogy, the other two of the trilogy, the Roasted and the Kitchen, I'm still writing. I'm still writing
Yeah,
those.
it's so exciting. Are you gonna put it? Are you gonna put the trilogy out as like a book, kind of like
I would
Moonmark
like
and
to.
Moonmark by the Sun?
I would like to. I need to know what that process is. Like,
Lisa, what's that process, publisher?
oh, you're like a book. I thought you meant like a playbook. You know how they do
No,
play.
yeah, but still, like you know how like I have tons of play books, especially when there's more than one in the series. You get it, and I mean I read plays as if they're regular books. I'm not one of that's I prefer that type of writing.
Right.
But like one of my favorites is Moonmark and Touched by the Sun, which is just a book compilation of plays.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she said, I got you on that book time.
Okay.
That's what Lisa said. We're planning things for you, so I don't know if you've noticed.
I
We're
received.
adding
I will.
we're adding to your list. So okay, so you've got all of this. You're doing all of these beautiful things that we cannot wait to see. At least I know for sure I cannot, and I'm thinking that the peanut gallery is on there with me. Peanut gallery in the best way. That's what my grandma used to call anybody who wasn't her. Um, um, and you're also like raising a family and like playing in the garden and like so so like talk to us about balance.
We're actually about to be empty nesters. Like one child is out and one child is on his way out. Like
Look
this
at
year.
you ain't gonna know how to act.
Listen, we already don't know how to act. You can ask our kids. We don't know how to act. We don't.
Say it's gonna go down.
Yeah. We're plotting.
Yeah.
We got some travels. We plotting on some things, but
Yeah.
we're not pushing my son out too fast. But yeah, so we'll
Yeah.
be empty. It'll be empty here.
Oh, are you scared of that?
No.
I feel like part of me is like, oh, I can't wait. It's gonna be popping. I'm gonna get my life back. I can walk naked. You can't talk to me. I'm like, I've got all these things in my head, but then I'm also like,
Yeah. I
well,
definitely miss them. Like, I miss having regular conversations with my daughter. Well, no, I talk to her every day on the phone, but it's different than her being here. But
yeah.
my son, yeah, we're definitely gonna go through a phase of missing them. But even when my daughter was at college, like I barely heard from her. And then my son going to college, we still have this time left. We're going to see him over the summer. I think we'll be fine. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I'll definitely miss them.
She's like, ah,
Yeah, but
we got phones, we got FaceTime.
yeah, I'm
We
like,
can make it happen. Yeah.
yeah,
It would be
holidays, all the things. So
that slow flavor. Kelly said that slow flavor would be flavor.
what?
Kelly, what flavor we talking about? I'm at I did, it might have came right on time and it popped up late. I'm looking at it late. I'm like, dang, what's she talking about? Slow flavor. I'm like, slow flavor. What's she describing over here?
Lord.
I love it. So I feel like I have a lot of questions, but I also feel like I don't. And I want to tell you one of the things I did want to say to you is it's not an apology. It's more of a let me be honest with you for a moment. So I personally have not donated to the Ashay Fund yet.
Oh,
And that is not because I don't believe in what you got going on. It's because I feel like every time I've thought about it, it was like at some like 2 o'clock in the morning or like something. It was like it's always been some like thing.
yeah.
But I've been interested in like, okay, I do want to put in, right? And then with me funding this grant this year, I was like, look at me funding this grant. And I'm over here and I'm watching Seshat. I've been watching her for 2 years. Slow flavor, is that the next one act play on deck? We're still trying to figure it out, Lisa. We're trying to figure out what we're gonna get slow flavor. Kelly's gonna come back with that. But yes, I've been like kind of like in my head, I think too much about what it looks like to support the grant in a way that is not just me tossing money at it, though you shall have my coin. Yes. Though loud out loud publicly and recorded, you shall have my coin. But I'm saying and I would love for people to match me, like if I haven't figured out, I'll look. See, this is the problem. I'll say I'll look and then I get busy and then I don't. So what I'll say is I'm going to do $50 a month. I know it's not a lot.
Oh no,
but I can say $50 a month right now and know I can afford it.
I appreciate it.
Right. So
Yeah.
I'll say $50 a month starting this month. And if anybody who watches this is interested in supporting Black women creatives and wants to push this initiative forward and make sure that Seshat has everything that she needs to keep this thing going, you can match me that 50. And if you match me that 50, I will give you something. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's a free vision planning session, a free strategic planning session, oh, you still have those cards I gave you for I don't remember what was on them, but I can do that.
Look.
It was like a 1 hour something.
Yeah, I have the email.
So we'll come back in the comments after this is over. I'll leave the language from that and we'll do that. So
take that.
This is me.
I just want to say that I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Go ahead, no, baby, go ahead.
But I just want to say that, I battle with that sometimes myself because I'm like, I have a lot of friends. I have a lot of associates. I have a small group of friends.
I was about to say,
I'm be real about that.
We're not related here. Go ahead.
But, and a lot of my actual friends and family have not contributed. And at first it bothered me, but then I was like, I'm okay with it because people support you how they're able to support you. And I feel like if I have friends that have shared about my fund, have told somebody about the fund, have even applied to the fund, however your support looks like, I receive it. I'm not, up here digging in people's pockets because
but we do know that it needs to be funded.
It does.
And the truth of the matter is, when you are running a grant, you can't go to other grant makers and get funded for your grant. Like nobody is actually just giving out money for grants. Like it's, as a matter of fact, there are most of the time there are stipulations that say you cannot re-grant this money. So it is really about either you got pockets that are hella deep from the gate, or you've got some stellar angel investor who's like, I'm just going to stand behind you and push money through this, or you crowdsource. And it takes community to be able to do these things. So I think sometimes people don't really know that if they don't actually know the world of philanthropy and grant making. And I don't personally like the idea of charity with its hierarchies and blah, blah, blah. But, that it changes the way you can function.
Yeah, it's been interesting this year, and I just announced this week that we did get a $5,000 grant. We were nominated for a grant from the JKW Foundation.
Now, was that for the fund or was that for the exchange?
It's for the fund.
Oh, nice. That's almost unheard of.
And I had met this woman a while back and she liked the work that I do. We talked on the phone. And at the time, I didn't have a fiscal sponsor. So and I had to have one to get this money. And then this year, I told her, I reached back. I was like, hey, I have a fiscal sponsor. I didn't hear from her until my fiscal sponsor hit me and was like, is this check for you? And I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. So because of that, we're able to give out more money. And I think what we're going to end up doing, I actually have a meeting with my grant manager this week. We're going to give out probably 5 smaller grants and then one $2,500 grant.
Okay.
So we're going to give out 5 $500 grants exclusive. Because I just want to give more money. I just want to give more money. And I feel like $500, though it's not $2,500, you can still do something with it. And I feel and every year we have just so many great applicants. Like it's so hard on our reviewers. Like we literally have like 1 point between people sometimes. And I'm just like, yeah. And I'm just like, I need millions. You know what I'm saying? So.
And do they have to do needs statements? That's not something that has to be done, right? Because then you would really be over your head.
Listen, yeah. But no, it's a real simple process, simple application. I think it's literally maybe 4 questions. Look at your website. I'm not part of the review process on purpose, but people just love it. Like all the reviewers, they're just so happy to read about these women and to discover like new women artists and creatives. Like
I want to be a reviewer. Can I be a reviewer?
Please, yes. I need reviewers.
See, we're figuring it out. How can I help?
Yes, I need reviewers. Hello, public service announcement. I need. It's gonna come out soon. Like we're rolling out marketing stuff, but I need reviewers.
Well, and the other question was like, how are people finding out how to sign up for the portal and set up their profiles and stuff? That's another campaign that's coming out soon.
Oh yeah, that's when the website for the aSHE exchange is done. It's not.
You're not going to start taking lists before?
No. Well, what I did is I have founding members. So if you want to be a founding member, I would love for you to be a founding member.
Me?
Yeah, you. Yes, you.
Really? Absolutely. Yeah. Tell me once.
we do have a group of founding. Actually, Kelly is one. I think Lisa is one. I think she sent me her stuff. But we have about we have like 15 to 20 founding members. So when the site is ready to be tested, beta tested, you all will do the beta testing and you'll see what you like, don't like, fill out your profile, do the whole thing like as if the site was real. So
I'm with it. I'm telling you, put me in, coach.
Yes.
Let's go team. What's that thing LeBron does where he like puts his hands on? I have no idea. I'm not the right person for that.
Neither.
I'm more of a I was so. Hey, look, let me tell you. I remember I was just telling you before we logged on. I was like, I don't even know if I'm ready to be back. Like this vacation was so good this time. All I did was sleep and eat.
Yeah, we were in Miami. We was in the sun. I know, and I wasn't rocking. I'm not really rocking with Florida like that, but I was like, we couldn't get to Jamaica. The prices was looking crazy, and we was just like, let's go to Miami.
Are you using Booking.com?
We were using my husband's frequent flyer miles. So whatever that was through, whatever airline that was through, that's what
go to Booking.com. I'm telling everybody to tell everybody to get hip on that, because since I've been booking with them, and now that they've got that like genius level thing, like I think you only have to book like twice before you get that level. It's like 20% off everything. Like I got my last package to Jamaica. I stayed in this beautiful resort for a week, and I think I might have paid, and I booked it the week of, like days before, and I may have spent $1,200. That included flight, all inclusive resort. All that.
We missed the boat because, and it's 3 of us. My son is technically an adult. He is an adult, so
that's expensive. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But next year, that's become a thing. My husband calls it hot Christmas, so we're gonna
I'm with it.
Do hot
I'm so with it. I did Tulum for Thanksgiving. It was the first time it was good. It was good. I think that might be a thing. Like, and there were so many Black people. We ended up at this Black expatriate party.
Oh,
and it was like thick and like cute. I was like, okay. I didn't think about it, but
I want to do Ghana. I want to do Ghana next year. That would be nice.
If I go back to the continent, I will. I'm
not coming back.
No, I'm coming back. I'm not staying. I'm not one of those. I'm first world. I know that sounds terrible. Whatever. But you got to know yourself. You know what I mean?
That's real.
And I'm not tapped in enough yet. Maybe I just got to get closer to my ancestors or something. I don't know. But the ancestors I'm close to are from the Sea Islands in the U.S. So.
I mean,
but when I go, the best. I love Senegal. I mean, I just can't get enough of Senegal. I love the beaches.
Yeah.
I love the people. I love the food. I love the music. It's just a good time. And they, every time I've gone, I've just felt like I've never had that. Ooh, I feel like I'm home feeling. I've never done that.
Okay.
But just being embraced in this community that's matriarchal and, super, super community driven. Like you don't know whose kids are whose kids, that type of thing. I love that. The idea of that. Like I multiple times would get up and be like, do y'all know like who do these kids belong to? Like there's no way 20 children are from that lady. Like how? And one of the guys, he was like, if there's children in your house, you feed them.
Listen. That's real.
And I was like, yeah. Still, who do they belong to?
That's a lot.
Because Josiah can't have more than one person there tonight. I don't know what y'all talking about.
I'm like, you gonna send a bag lunch with them? Like,
and the first time I had to pee over a hole, I was like, this is stressful, and I need to go home.
Yeah, no, I'm
not built for it.
I grew up with an outhouse, and that's about it. It was covered.
Oh, you are country.
I am country. I wasn't.
That's country.
Yeah, like a water pump, like pumping your water.
Oh well, I was just gonna ask if you had a well.
Sure did.
I was about to be funny, but I was part of participating in the roast. But this isn't.
You ever see those? Like it's probably in every single slave movie that existed. Like somebody pumping the water and drinking out of the water.
Why you do that?
I mean, it probably is.
Why you do that? In every slave.
You see the little kid like pumping the water and drinking out of the water. I'm like, what's up with the water? Like, why is it everybody drinking out the water? Why is it always like the little kid?
Right. That's the most dangerous scenario. So
I notice these things. I'm a weirdo. I'm sorry.
I love it. I love that I now know that you are this country. I wasn't sure how deep it was. But you said Maryland.
Yeah,
Is
Eastern
this
Shore.
coastal Maryland or is this
Yeah,
inland?
coastal. Eastern
Coastal Maryland.
Shore.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Oh, it's so pretty. I love the
Yes.
coast, the whole East Coast water side. I'm into.
Okay.
Do you
Yeah.
ever go to? Have you ever been to the Sea Islands, like Geechee Lands, Geechee Color Corridor? Like,
Are you talking about like Chicoteague, Assateague, all of that?
no, I'm talking about like further down. I'm talking about have you ever gone down to like like St. Helena, Defalski, those
Oh,
islands and stuff.
mm-mm.
You guys should try it. You should do it. That should be a vacation.
Okay.
You'll write your ass off. It's
Oh,
stunning. Yeah, and if you can get in, if you can connect with any of the Geechee folk down there that like, especially during festival time, like they have a huge urban garden festival that's really dope. Of course, they have the Hoodoo Heritage festivals and things like that, but it's a really good time and really good food and really good griot, really
okay.
good storytelling, amazing storytelling.
I mean, we've been
Yeah.
to Myrtle Beach.
Mm,
It's not the same.
not
Uh,
saying.
but that's about it. And what was that? It was like some dunes. It was like I forgot what it was called. What was that place? Kill Devil Hills.
That was in North Carolina?
That's in North Carolina or South Carolina. I can't remember.
Don't let me act like I know because I don't know. I'm from there, and I mean, but I don't know all of North Carolina. I tell people all the time, I will never go live in North Carolina. It's one of the most racist again because it's almost as racist as New Jersey. But as far as like landscaping, I mean, you've got every type of natural. You've got
Yeah.
from valleys, hills, mountains, flatlands, beaches, lakes, everything you could ever you could find it in North Carolina, and it's going to be gorgeous.
Okay.
That's one thing I know for sure. Have you seen those? Oh, okay. So one of the things that we like to do, by we I mean me, one of the things I like to do is the reason that we have this show in general is one to say like thank you for the work that you do out here in the world
Oh.
because we need you. But also to just remind folks that like even though you are out here and you're an advocate and you're kicking ass and you're finding ways to support women and Black women, especially Black women creatives, you're also still a human, regular person who experiences regular things, right? And we need to support you in full body, whole body wellness, right?
Hmm.
So I'm going to ask you a series of questions that have nothing to do with your work, unless you make it about your work, which will be on you, not on me. So are you ready?
No, but go ahead.
And she's like, seriously, no, I'm not. Describe your perfect day off.
My perfect day off is to go walking somewhere in nature. Um, if I want to spend a little cash, go to the thrift store or the vintage furniture store. Um, Maybe go to a museum, like a gallery, like a small gallery museum, not the big ones. Um, Watch something like some play that I've never seen online or flip through some magazine. I have a lot of magazines that I have yet to read. Like I have Vanity Fairs, Variety. Like I need to sit down and like read through them. So that would be like my day. And
Nice.
yeah, and eat something. Obviously, I need to eat. So like eat like a bowl of something. Like I guess it's winter, so I eat some ramen. I don't know.
Ramen. Ramen's so good. Yeah. Okay.
I
I
guess.
like it. I was gonna ask, are you familiar? Do you watch Anna Devere Smith? Do you watch any of her stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you were talking about your choreo play, I know she doesn't do choreo plays, but it's something about the way that she designs her pieces that I
Yes.
think are just, especially when you read them in book form, they kind of read like a poem,
That's funny you mentioned
especially
her.
Fires in the Mirror. Mhm.
Yes, that's funny you mentioned her because the Peace Church kind of infuses docu-theater, which is kind of her genre, documentary.
Yeah.
So in my play exclusive, I've interviewed like
That's
five
Santa Maria.
I've interviewed 5 people in the DC house music community. So their testimonies is what I call them, are in the play. So
Dope.
I love her. Yeah.
She's amazing. I met her twice, and both times I fumbled. It was like stupid. And I'm not really a fangirly type, but both times I was just like,
yeah.
Yeah. And it's embarrassing. And one time I was at work, it was like a professional thing. She came in to do it was when she wrote Letters to a Young Artist. Have you read it?
I haven't
Well, yeah,
read it, but
you
I
should
know
read it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like right when that came out, and I was working at Border Books, and she came in and like she was doing a signing, and I was in the back like, oh my gosh, she's here. And they're like, yeah, it's your job to go and like greet her and things. And I was like, fumble.
That's all good.
But she's her presence. Now I'll say, because I also do verbatim theater, which is so I also do verbatim theater, and the last piece that she just did about the juvenile justice system.
I need to see it.
It's on. Do you have HBO Max?
Yeah, I didn't know. It's on
HBO.
Okay. Oh, I'm watching that. Yep.
It's so good. It's so good. Okay. I just love the way that you can watch her literally turn into these, like, it's just, she's just so, I don't know who's better. Yeah. What female Black actress?
Yeah, no.
Do you know she's a board member for Young Playwrights Theater?
Hello. Chisa was one of my instructors during the Kennedy Center intensive, and I love her. Like you saw my face, right? I love her. She actually, like, I sent her a script to read, and I was like, I was being so dorky. I was like, I know you're busy, and I know, but she read it and she gave me feedback, and she was like, "Girl, I love your voice. Like, just send me whatever." I'm like, what? No, I love Chisa. Like, that's a kindred spirit for real.
Yeah. Dope.
Yeah.
I want to read your stuff now. I'm like, dang, let me read your stuff. I've wanted to read it since we've been speaking, but
yeah. And you know who else was an instructor? Oh, what is his name? I think his name is David Harris. He wrote his play is actually about to come out. It's called Tambo and Bones, but it's like a minstrel play. It's taking on the minstrel genre. He's so dope. Is he?
Those kind of things stress me out, not gonna lie.
I know it yeah, I get it.
It's called Tambo. I'm taking notes. It's called Tambo and Bones.
Yes, I think, let me look it up. Real Tambo. We're all Googling. Yeah, Tambo and Bones.
It came up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming out this month. Dave Harris. He's just so nice, and just like, I'm just like, this is a whole new world for me. So just the fact that these people who are like amazing at their craft, that like they're so welcoming and open, and just like, yeah, like, send me whatever. I'm like, okay.
I love that. Are you going to apply for any residencies, like to go and just sit and work? Like,
yeah. Yeah. I want
Space on Ryder Farm, I think you'd love.
Oh, where is that?
Pennsylvania? Don't make me lie. But I know that it's like they give you a cabin, you get, it's like it's on a farm. They give you multiple spaces to test your work. They encourage letting the community of residents there. They have one specifically for Black creatives. Yeah, and they go and you get your cabin, you eat, you workshop with folks, you share your work throughout this process. And they have it where you can do, like, they have like a family one. Like, they have all these different options, but it's really dope.
What's the name of it?
space on Ryder Farm. Ryder.
Yes, I have heard of it because the people that gave me that check, they fund them regularly.
That would make sense. Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
I did apply for what is that? It was a TV pilot fellowship. I just sent it actually this week. It's called Circle of Confusion Fellowship. But basically, they like set you up with a mentor who's in the industry. I had to submit part of my pilot. And then they work with you to get it pitch ready.
Nice.
And you also get like $10,000. So that's nice.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, so I'm just applying to like things like that. I do want to do some residencies. That would be nice. Yeah.
Dope. All right, so this is the time. We're winding down.
Yes.
So this is where you get your screen. You see? Oh, darling, yes. And I want you to take a few minutes and just let people know where to find you, what you want them to look for most specifically, ways in which we can support you, other people that you want us to know about that we can support, maybe even directing us to some of your recent grantees. Just give us the full tea.
Ooh, okay. You can find me at SeshatYon'shea.com. I hate social media, so you can just email me. But if you want to ping me on social media, you can. Please support the aSHE Fund however you can support. If that's through money, if that's through being a reviewer, in which we need, sharing the fund with people that you know, your own network, that would be great. What else? Oh, people you should know and support. Lori Pitts. She was our 2021 grantee. Please support her organization, Voices Unbarred, where she works with formerly incarcerated men. Yeah, I think it's all men. And they do theater based on their life. It's amazing. Please support her. Who else? Marjuan Kennedy was also a previous winner, grantee. Please support all her amazing work that she's doing. And then Imani, what is Imani? Imani Haynes, who started the Black Women's Museum. Please support that. Oh my God, it's a great concept and initiative. And then wait, I might have a little list. Oh, artists that I think you should know about if you don't are Jamila Akubu. She's a local artist, love her. Artise Fletcher. I actually want to buy one of her pieces, but I don't have an art budget right now. I'm gonna wait on that. But I like her. Jess Valaris, Sade McConan and Jamia Richmond Edwards. Two other artists that don't live here that I love, Krista David and N. Masani Landfair. She supports me, like she shares all my stuff. And I only met her through social media and I love all her work. I want to buy all her work. She's dope. That's it. That's my spiel.
Yay! I know Lori. Lori does Theater of the Oppressed.
Yes.
I do playback theater, and she does Theater of the Oppressed, and they oftentimes work synergistically. So yes, I know, and I know Jess Valaris. Oh, I love her stuff. I just think she's dope. Zigga.
Yeah.
So I was excited to hear names that I knew. I was like, yay. So thank you so much for being here. Again, I have committed to $50 a month. I hope some of y'all will commit as well. When we go through and update the captions on here, I'll let you guys know where, how to submit, and also what my If You Match Me gift will be. Thank you so much for being here, Seshat. You are an inspiration, my darling.
Oh,
very much so. And I don't offer that gratuitously. So You're really dope. So yes, so it's been another Tribe Talking on a Tuesday, y'all. We're still kicking it here. We've been coming back and forth. I'm holding it down. We are still manifesting a space outside where I can like set up a whole shebang shaboogie and do some sexier things here on these videos. But in the meantime, I love what we're doing. I love you all for being here, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you so much.